Super Saiyan and everything. Thank you. Wow. An army of Brolys. I will send you out against the zombie apocalypse. But I went up there and I did what I always do. I just kind of threw myself into it, poured my heart into it, let it rip. And in about an hour, I couldn't make a sound. And I was scared because there was a lot more left to record. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not cut out for TVZ. And so even now, when I go to record Broly for video games, you want to know what our formula is? Record for 15 minutes, break for 5 minutes. Record for 15 minutes, and then take a break. Because your throat is a muscle. How many of you guys work out? What happens if you lift? Lift, lift, lift. After about 10 or 12 reps, what happens? The muscle fatigues, and it tires out. If you push it too far, you'll pull it or you'll strain it. So when you yell and the muscles tighten up and they get fatigued, you gotta let them rest a little bit. Because if you push it too hard, then you sound like this for a week. Let's see. Yes. I don't know why Ed hates milk. Unless it's in stew, right? And then it's good. But you know what? I love milk. I do. Somebody ought to make a fan drawing of Ed with a milk mustache. Okay, I'm trying to mix it up here, so I just asked her. So, yes, with the umbrella of doom. Well, I auditioned for those roles, but I ended up getting cast as a 123 Omega, the robot. I loved it. It was totally like the Lost in Space robot. It was awesome.
Dr. Smith, Dr. Smith.
It was awesome. I loved it. But yeah, I was excited to get into Sonic too. Sonic's another one of those iconic kind of game kind of characters. But, yes, my dear. Ooh, you're a homunculus, aren't you? You guys look awesome. What's your question? I can't believe you asked that. I get that question a lot. Well, you know what? I'll scare you guys a little bit and tell you that I used to lead worship at my church for many years. I played the piano and I led the band, and I did it for a long time. And I love that. I've written a lot of those songs, and I appreciate you asking that, sweetheart, because I actually intend to. There's a cool variety of songs on some of my other CDs, but I'm going to take that under advisement. You need to make a worship CD. All the way in the back. Hi. Are you Prince Lane? Yes, I am. I knew I recognized that. What can I do for you, my dear?
So, in Brotherhood, there were a lot of brand new characters. Which one was your favorite?
Well, you know what? I gotta say, I love Todd Habercorn. He's a good friend of mine. Even though he's freaking playing Italy. Bastard stole my Italy. You know what's funny about me and Todd? I gotta tell you. Let me tell you a funny story. About Todd. A lot of you don't know this, but ADV Films originally had the license to Sergeant Frog. And I got cast as Kororo. I was playing Sergeant Frog, and we recorded like 15 episodes of it. And it was my favorite thing ever. It was so much fun. I gave him like a speech impediment stuff. It was so funny. We had so much fun doing it. And then ADV went out of business, which means they lost all of their licenses, and it went to Funimation, and Funimation just kind of started over from scratch, and Todd is now playing Sergeant Frog. So I always tease him all the time about, Sergeant Frog. And then, we've become really good friends over the last few years. And in fact, some of you may or may not have seen our tribute videos. Yeah. I am working on the next one, and it's going to be epic. Epic. But Todd and I were working on a production. We were working on a Star Trek production, actually, and I made a little tribute video for him on my laptop, like while we were sitting there, and it literally was a black screen with white letters that said Todd Havercorn, but this music. Boom, 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 boom. It's all dramatic music. Well, then Todd made one as a retaliatory strike, if you will. And then I made one, and he made one. But each time he made one, he would kick it up a little bit. And then finally he made one with, like, he got other voice actors in on it and everything. So I'm like, okay, let's see how it is. You were playing, all right. So I made, you guys gotta go check it out. I made a commercial for the Todd Havercorn action figure. It's great. It's awesome. I mean, I wrote a jingle for it and had a blast with it. In fact, Ralph did the voiceover for it. And he was like, get rid of those Twilight dolls. Throw away that Vic Mignogna plushie. What? Make way for Todd Havercorn. And then the singers go, the greatest action figure in the world, Todd! It was so funny. Go check it out. But I made that, and then Todd's like, no, I'm not done. I'm coming back. And so he made this, I always hesitate Todd though when I do that. I don't know why. He made CSI Mignogna. And I mean major production value. I don't even know how much time he spent working on this thing. It's crazy. But he thought that would be the end of it. No. I've got some plans for something very big. I'm working with several people in town here to do it and trying to make it happen. It's going to take some time and effort, but it will happen. Now, who asked that question? You did, right, Lane? Right. Okay, so let's mix it up a little bit. This one here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you asked one, right?
Well, you were saying earlier that Brawley was really hard on you. How is it now that you got to do the opening theme song to Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Well, I love that song. Were you able to come to the concert? I sang the Dragon Ball Z Kai song at the concert. Yeah, I love that song. It's a fun song to sing. How many of you guys, a lot of you guys that are Dragon Ball Z fans, you all know Broly. But nobody ever knows that I also played Berger in the Ginyu Force. Yeah, he's a little known, he's one of those ones that gets lost. But, all right, Italy, I'm going to show you some love. I'm going to show you amore. Amore, amore.
Okay, so me and my brother got you some cookies and we want you to have it.
Grazie, grazie. Mucho grazie. Oh! Thank you. Can I share them with everybody? All right. I will have these at my autograph session and we will share them. Oh my gosh, they look yummy. Maybe we won't share them.